You may or may not like what Donald Trump did, but you can't deny one thing. The military operation was an undeniable success. They disabled Venezuela's defenses. They swooped in, they captured Maduro and his wife, and they left without a fuss. No casualties, no losses for the US. It tells you how good the US military was. But what about the other side? What weapons did the Venezuelans use, and why did they fail? Well, drum roll, some of them were Chinese. And our story actually begins in the year 2006. That's when the US imposed an arms embargo on Venezuela. The country was cut off from Western weapons. So who did they turn to? The Russians and the Chinese. From 2010 to 2020, Russia made up around 60% of Venezuela's arms imports and China made up around 16.4%. Beijing was the second biggest supplier of weapons to Caracas, and Caracas was Beijing's biggest customer in Latin America. And what sort of weapons did they sell? Well, three systems stand out. First is the JY-27A radar. These are long-range surveillance radars. China says they can even detect US stealth jets. Venezuela installed 7 of these radars in September 2025. Their defense minister was all praise. He said the Chinese radars had successfully locked F-35 jets. Remember, these are the most advanced planes on the planet, the F-35s, supposedly the most advanced. And Venezuela said the Chinese radars had spotted them. Then what happened on Saturday? Experts believe the F-35 managed to suppress the Chinese radars. Basically, the planes jammed the system. So that's one weapon down. Another system that Venezuela likely deployed was the JYL-1. Again, it's a Chinese radar. This one is also meant to track stealth jets. But this too seems to have failed on Saturday. And finally, you have Chinese surface-to-air missiles. Venezuela had the HQ-9 and the HQ-12 missiles. These are supposed to destroy enemy projectiles and jets. But on Saturday, they too appear to have failed. And frankly, it's not surprising. Pakistan deployed these same systems against India, yet Indian BrahMos missiles were hitting Pakistan at will. Now, just to be clear, we do not have conclusive evidence of what happened in Venezuela. Did their systems fail? Were they jammed? Were the operators inefficient? The fact is, we don't know. But here's what we can say for sure. Nearly 150 US aircraft targeted Venezuela, and some of them flew extremely close to the ground. Take a look. "150 American aircraft, some flying close to the ground, and yet no resistance from Venezuela. The United States had complete air control. Clearly, the Chinese weapons did not help. Maybe that's why the Chinese state media is so silent about this. But honestly, this goes beyond weapons. It's political and financial. China has cultivated Venezuela as a crucial ally, a useful partner close to America. This relationship